I've had people tell me that Amagon, or Amagon? I don't know. We'll just call it the US version of Totsuzen Macho Man. I've had people tell me that it's actually a good game. One of the hidden gems of the NES. I've tried it and I just bounce right off the game. But on Famidaily, I really need to give these things a chance. So I played it for an hour and I made it to the boss of the second stage a few times. And that's as far as I got. Totsuzen Macho Man is an incredibly difficult game, but it's not difficult in a way that makes for a fun challenge. Totsuzen in the title is an expression of sudden surprise. So the Japanese title could be something like, Surprise! Macho Man. In the game you are Jackson, the inventor of the Macho Max potion, which can turn any wimp into a muscle-bound superhero. Jackson flew his plane out to investigate a mysterious island, but crashed there, and so now he has to make his way through the monster-infested landscape to reach a boat on the far side. See, there's the boat way in the background. Totsuzen Macho Man consists of 12 levels, divided up into 6 worlds. I'm told that if you can beat the 3rd world, a continue option unlocks, but I was confined to just the 4 lives that I started with. The game is a bit of a run and gun. You start out toting your rifle around, and you only have 300 bullets to begin with. Those don't get replenished when you die. It's 300 bullets to beat the entire game with. Well, you can pick up additional bullets. Very, very rarely, an enemy will drop this icon. It gives you 30 bullets back. And you're going to go through bullets a lot faster than that. If you do run out of bullets, you're reduced to beating things with your rifle. And that does not work out very well for you. It only takes 1 hit to kill Jackson. If you don't have the extra range from his gun, you're already dead. Sometimes when you kill an enemy, it'll drop this icon. And that'll give you the ability to transform into a muscle man when you hit select. But there's a trick to that transformation. The muscle man has a life bar, and that means you can take multiple hits. You can also jump higher, and if you press up and B, you shoot out a wave in front of you at the cost of 1 of your health points. The thing is, those hits cost 5,000 points each. When you hit select, it drains your score to pay for that life bar. If you manage to beat the stage while the Muscle Man, you get 5,000 points back for each bar of health you have left. The maximum length of that bar is 14 hits, or 70,000 points. So what this means is that there's a distinct advantage of staying as Jackson and racking up as many points as you can. Points are the most common drop from enemies, so you'll want to collect those, including this crown, which is 10,000 points, so that you'll be as strong as possible when you transform. But of course, when you're Jackson, killing things costs you bullets, and you don't have a lot of those either. One problem with being the Muscle Man? If you die by falling in a hole, all those points are just lost forever. And that's another big problem with Totsuzen Macho Man. There's not enough points. It's very likely that you'll have to compromise on transformation well before you have enough points to fill the bar. But every time you get hit as the Macho Man is very expensive. You don't have enough points, you don't have enough bullets. And so any death makes it very unlikely that you'll be able to complete the game. You might very rarely see some 1-ups, but they are not going to help you. Getting extra lives means that you just spend the end of the game not being able to do anything. So the game mechanics are cruel. What about the level design? Well, it's from the school of have a lot of high-speed enemies rush the player. There's a lot of times where if you miss your shot, you're dead. And of course there's always the fun of the enemies rushing you as you jump over a hole. Jumping in the game is weird too. You tend to drop very quickly, which means that short hops are extra difficult in the game. Because Totsuzen Macho Man just floods the player with enemies, most of which are moving at high speed directly at them, the only way to make any real progress is to memorize the game. And even then, I hope you have perfect execution the whole way through. Even in Japan, Totsuzen Macho Man has a reputation of being a bad game that is exceptionally difficult. So I wasn't the only one with complaints about the difficulty. I feel like if Jackson could take a few hits, the bullets were unlimited, and the Macho Man form was time restricted instead of points restricted, Totsuzen Macho Man would have been an okay-ish, middle-of-the-road Famicom action game. Nothing special, but nothing memorable. Well, this game is memorable alright, but probably not for the reasons they intended. Oddly enough, Totsuzen Macho Man's development team completed a different game just a few months before this, Macho Densetsu, or The Legendary Axe. They knew how to make a challenging but not cruel game. And that makes me think in the case of Totsuzen Macho Man, they just tuned the game to be difficult to the developers. Something that was actually a bit of a common problem back then. Having a good idea of what went wrong, though, doesn't mean that it didn't go wrong. Playing this game is just an exercise in frustration. If you want a challenge, there's better games.